Hello children, how are you all? Welcome to English Grammar second video, and in this video I'll be teaching you chapter 1, the sentences part 2. Just a quick revision of what we have learned in the previous class. Definition of sentence. A sentence is a group of words arranged in a defined manner so that it makes complete sense, right? Arrangement of words giving a complete meaning by itself is known as a sentence. Now there are different kinds of sentences, or we can say types of sentences. First one, it is declarative sentences, which we can also call it as statement sentence. So declarative or statement sentence is the first of its kind, and second is interrogative or a question sentence, and you can see there is a question mark at the end of it. Third one is imperative or command sentences. In imperative sentences we have command, request and suggestion. All three will come in imperative sentences, and it ends with a full stop. Fourth one is exclamative, and it is also known as exclamation sentence, and as you can see there is an exclamatory mark at the end of such sentences. So again I am repeating types of sentences. We have four main types of sentence. First one is declarative, which is also known as statement sentence, and it ends with full stop. Second is interrogative, it's your question sentences and it ends with a question mark. Then you have imperative, which is also known as command sentence, and it ends with a full stop. Then you have exclamative, known as exclamation also, and it ends with an exclamatory mark. Now in detail I'll be teaching you about these four kinds. First one, declarative sentences. Sentences that make statement or assert something are called declarative or assertive sentences. That means any statement you can call it as a declarative sentence. For example, we live in Gujarat. I study in St.Xaviers High School. So these are all statements. So we can call them as declarative sentences. The second is interrogative sentences. Interrogative sentences means when we ask any question. So sentences that ask questions are called interrogative sentences. For example, we are leaving now. Now, whenever you have a simple sentence and if you want to make the interrogative out of that, so first thing you have to look for is verb. Now in this sentence, where is the verb? Are. Are is the verb. So when you are making it into interrogative, this are should be brought in front, like how I have written here, are we leaving now and question mark. Children, always remember, in an interrogative sentence always the sentence will end with a question mark. Now second one is there is an exam tomorrow. Now here the verb is. So how I can change into interrogative? Is there an exam tomorrow, and end with question mark. Third is exclamatory sentences. Sentences that express sudden surprise, delight, anger, enjoyment, etc. are called exclamatory sentences. Exclamatory always tells you about your sudden feeling. When you express your sudden feeling, it comes under the category of exclamatory sentences, and it always ends with an exclamatory mark, and the example is what a lovely day. So this is exclamatory sentence or exclamation. Now next is imperative sentences, and this is the last of its kind. When we give an order, command, make a request, give advice or suggestion, we use imperative sentences. Keep your room clean. Now this is an order. Even you can say shut down. Now shut down your computer or shut the room. These are all commands. Even if I say run. Now you remember in the previous video I was telling that there could be a sentence which could be of one word. So if I say run, it is very clear that you have to start running. So run is one word sentence and it is a command sentence. Please sit down. So whenever you have this word please, It means always request. Please always tells you request. When you are requesting someone, you always use this word please. Then you have never trust a stranger. Now this is an advice. So that also comes under the category of imperative sentences. Now based on what you have learnt, okay, you want a quick revision of what we have done so far so that you can do this exercise. We have learned 4 kinds of sentences. We started with declarative sentence. It is any statement which you do in your daily life. I study daily. I get up early in the morning. Sun rises in the east. Any statement can call as declarative sentence. Second, we did interrogative sentence. Whenever you ask a question, that is interrogative, question mark at the end. Third is your exclamatory sentence. Whenever you express your sudden feeling, that is exclamatory sentence, it ends with an exclamatory mark. And the last one is imperative sentence. It's a command, suggestion, advices, request, all these things come under imperative sentences. It ends with a full stop. Now based on this, we'll be doing the first exercise of this chapter. Change the following assertive sentences into interrogative ones, beginning with the words given in the brackets. Now since they have already provided with you the brackets, you have to stick to that. You cannot change. So here it is, where do you work? First sentence they have given which word here? Where. So how I will make this question? Where do you work? And since it is interrogative ones, you have to put a question mark at the end. Second is Rita is flying to Mumbai next week, and which word they have given? When. So when is Rita flying to Mumbai? We need some paper now. So what is the word? How. How much paper do you need? Question mark. And don't forget that the first letter will be capital in all these sentences. Now let's move to the next. 20 people were injured in the accident, and it's given how. So how many people were injured in the accident, and a question mark at the end. Children, always remember, when you have a number specified given, then you will be using many. The police arrested the culprit. Now you have to use the correct form of do. So whenever you have ed once, ed, that is the past tense form of the verb, you always use did. Again I am repeating, whenever you have ed form of verbs, that is the past tense, you use did. Which form of do? Did. Did the police arrest? This arrested will be changed to arrest. Did the police arrest the culprit? And question mark. Okay. The correct form of do, it is very easy. You just identify the verb and see if it is in past tense. You have to write did. And when you use did, the police arrested will become arrest. Sixth one, the view from the top is spectacular. Now here in the bracket they have given is. So where is here? This side. So bring this here. Is the view from the top spectacular? And a question mark. Seventh one, Rebecca left for the station on time. And here what is given? When. When did Rebecca leave for the station? Now again, here let's do the eighth one. Prachi always reaches school on time. And you have to use the correct form of do. Now here in this particular sentence, it is reaches. Okay, what is given? Reaches is there. So whenever you have a verb in present tense and s is there, which is the correct form of do? Does. Does Prachi always reach? So when you write does, this reaches will not be written as reaches here, it will be written as reach. Same as when we have used did. Okay, when you have used did, when you have written the verb arrested has come to arrest. Okay, so here does Prachi always reach school on time? People go to Konark to see the famous Sun temple. Why? Why do people go to Konark? Full stop. We have a flat in the city. Do. Now here there is no present tense. Present tense is there, but we will be using in the answer you. So whenever you, the second person comes, you have to always use do only. You won't be writing does. You can use did. You have to see whether the verb is in past tense or not, but it is not in past tense. So you will be writing, do you have a flat in the city? And let's do the 8th one. Prachi always reaches school on time. And you have to use the correct form of do. Now here in this particular sentence, it is reaches. Okay, what is given? Reaches is there. So whenever you have a verb in present tense and s is there, which is the correct form of do? Does. Does Prachi always reach? So when you write does, this reaches will not be written as reaches here, it will be written as reach. Same as when we have used did. Okay, when you have used did, when you have written the verb arrested has come to arrest. Okay, so here does Prachi always reach school on time? People go to Konark to see the famous Sun Temple. Why? Why do people go to Konark? Full stop. We have a flat in the city. Do. Now here there is no present tense. Present tense is there, but we will be using in the answer you. So whenever you, the second person comes, you have to always use do only. You won't be writing does. You can use did. You have to see whether the verb is in past tense or not, but it is not in past tense. So you will be writing, do you have a flat in the city? And the 8th one is, shut the door and sit down. It is an imperative. Again, for imperative, they have not given anything in the question, so you can change it anyhow. Can you shut the door and sit down? Now children, whenever you have can and may and all in the beginning, so you will be putting the question mark at the end. So here what will come? Question mark. So can you shut the door and sit down? Now 9th one is there any butter in the fridge? Interrogative, तो उसको declarative में कर दो. There is butter in the fridge. This watch is quite expensive. Now this is an assertive, so make it into interrogative. Is this watch? Now it's time to revise this session. We did 4 types of sentences. Declaratives, that is assertive sentence. Then we did interrogative, which ends with a question mark. Then we did imperative sentence and exclamatory sentence, that is exclamation mark. Okay, declarative, which is also known as assertive, interrogative, question mark, imperative and exclamatory, the 4 types of sentences. Then one more important thing we have learned in this session, that is do form of the verb. Because in certain questions you saw that bracket was given in which they have written to write the correct do form of the verb. You have to remember 2. One is did and does. Whenever you have a verb in past tense, you will be using did. Did the police arrest so and so? Okay. Police arrested 10 people. So, did the police arrest? Past tense, did you have to use, and that verb will be written in present tense. Then second form is does. When does will come? When the verb is in present tense and that tense has got an s towards it. You remember that sentence reaches, so s was there, that's why we have used that word does. Okay, so remember that 2 main do form of the verb, one is did and does. Did for past tense, does is present tense with this s. Okay, and when you can use do, mostly when you are using you. Okay, whenever you use the you as subject, we will be using do. I hope it's clear to you. Write types of sentences in your notebook. Write definition of declarative, interrogative, imperative and exclamatory sentences with an example in your notebook. An example means only one example you have to write. You will be writing that also in your notebook, and then you will be writing exercise 1 and 2 in notebook. All these things I have already explained very well with the help of slides. So, you can take the help of it and copy it down in your notebook. Write in a very neat and tidy handwriting. Take care of your capital letters, full stop and other punctuation marks. Okay? Thank you and may God bless you.